a little bit backstory about who I am. All right, so my first name is really Keisha. I don't like the name Keisha, but I'm starting to actually fall back to using that name Keisha, but we're gonna get into that too. I go by Danella. On here you guys know me as Danella Sparks. I'm a mom of two. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm in the field of early childhood education. All children, my heart. I love to motivate and inspire and encourage people to be the best they can be. Besides my work, I'm a mom to two totally opposite boys. Like, one is an extrovert and one is an introvert. And it's good to see the difference, you know, like, you're an extrovert. Okay, this is why you do things, or I understand why you do things in the way you do things. And then you're an introvert. So I understand why you're doing or how you're being. And even for my boys who are totally different, it's for me now to create that balance. Zach is coming, just letting you guys know again. He has a bowling in his head. You know, to make sure that I enable their different personalities as their mom. And I thrive to be the best mom I possibly know how to be. I'm very passionate about children and the future because I believe it goes hand in hand, because children are our tomorrow. And what better way of giving back to the community by being that foundation for children, like the teachers that we have, the doctors that we have, the lawyers that we have, the presidents that we have, like they all start off as a child. We all started off as a child. They had to get that basic foundation. And I think it is so important for us to teach children to believe in who they are, believe in their passion, believe in their dream. And I am here to provide them with the tools necessary to inspire them to be who they believe that God has called them to be. I started out pretending with my stuffed animals in Barbados. I was an only child at that time. Well, I am an only child for my mom. I do have siblings on my dad's side, but I grew up as an only child, and my stuffed animals and the cars that would pass in front of the highway, because I live right in front of the airport. So those were my friends and my animals, and I always pretended to be a teacher, and I always pretended to be teaching my stuffed animals. Now, I knew that I wanted to work with kids, but I just had no idea in what capacity. I started off at the very bottom as a paraprofessional. Then I became a teacher's assistant. Then I became a lead teacher, an assistant director, to now having my own facilities for early childhood education, one being for children with special needs. And I'm very thankful to God for choosing me for such a mission or for such a journey, because I believe what we do is truly important to the early stages of children that come into our care. I like to think about my story as the prodigal son. The prodigal son, you know, like he went away and then he did whatever, and then his father opened him back with a loving arm. Like, the father had a whole feast for him. And I kind of feel that's how it is with my relationship with Jesus. You know, like, I stepped away from the church. I used to go to church. I was a worship dancer. I was a part of the youth ministry. And then I stepped out, you know, like I was clubbing, I was gardening, I was doing a lot of things of the world. And God brought me back, and I am so thankful. And I always tell my friends and family, I am so thankful that God did not take his hand off of my life, because where would I be without God? I look at my life and I'm like, ain't nobody but God. The things that I'm doing, the things that I'm able to do, I'm not doing it off of my strength or my own power, but by the power of the living God. And I'm just so thankful that he has opened his arm back to have me as his daughter, you know, and he loves us so much. Like, God truly, truly loves us so much. I think that sometimes God is speaking to us, but we are not in a place to understand that He is speaking to us. I was once that person. I was once in a place where God was speaking to me, but I had no idea He was speaking to me. But it's now, like I said before, it's now that I'm building that relationship with God and I'm understanding how He talks to me and how He works and how He moves. It's now that I'm saying, you know what? I understand why I've been through that. I understand why I had to go through that. And it's just a matter of like the puzzles, the pieces of the puzzles being put in place to give God all the glory and all the praise. So I cannot wait to dive into this journey with you. I'm excited. I'm going to definitely have some guests on my show. We've already talked about it. I'm excited to have those persons on. And if you would like to be on my podcast, feel free to DM me or send me an email. I would love to hear from you. God is so good. He is good. So come either talk with us or let's talk about this or come sit with us. We'll see which one it is. When you think that God is not there with you, that's when He is with you. When you believe that you're facing this world alone, no, baby, you're not facing this world alone. Sometimes God is with us, but because we are in our carnal mind, in our sinful nature, we don't see God at work. Submitting to God is the first step. The work comes in when you have to kill the flesh. And I cannot wait to dive in more with you. Like, what does killing the flesh look like? Don't expect it to happen overnight. It's a process. You know, it's like you have to relearn everything about who you think you are, who you think you're supposed to be, who is God. But it's a beautiful journey, and I cannot wait to share more insight with you. I cannot wait to share my journey with you, and I pray that the Holy Spirit will do what only the Holy Spirit can do, and I